Hey, my strangelings, I've been meaning to share this story with you for quite some time because some of you who are familiar with my work know that I talk about the paranormal and strange, and my name is Stephanie. But maybe some of you are not quite sure how I became a psychic medium, and not many of you know that I used to be an atheist. And one day I had a moment in life where it just shook me to my core that I just couldn't find logic, and I went down this path that would forever change my life. I wish when I was looking at things, when I was searching for videos, searching for testimonies, I would have found a story like mine because it would have really made me reflect more on life at the time. But either way, I hope this helps you, and let's get on with the story. But basically, I was told by a psychic medium to find this picture, and I had no idea that it existed. And here's how everything happened. It's going to be a lengthy story, and it's going to be sad, so just keep that in mind. So in 2007, I had a very close friend of mine who passed away in 2007 due to a plane crash. And I was very devastated about this. And this was in Minnesota. Well, I ended up moving to Denver, Colorado after high school. And yeah, it was interesting because I had no friends, no relatives or anything like that. And while this photo was actually taken in 2014, I had moved to Denver around end of 2010. Surprisingly, somebody that I kind of knew in high school had reached out to me and said, "Hey, you're in Denver. I'm in Denver too. We should meet up and talk about our deceased friend and talk about all the good times because her birthday's coming up." And that's exactly what I did. And you're probably wondering, Stephanie, why did you use this photo then? Well, I used it because I feel like it expresses that road trip feel, which was me leaving Colorado and heading towards Wyoming. But anyway, nonetheless, this is all important because, again, we'll get to the psychic meeting part. So that friend that reached out to me on Facebook was like, "Hey, you should come to my house. We'll get coffee and we'll talk about all the good times." So I did. I went to her house. I was waiting in the patio. Her mom walks up to me. Her mom says, "Hey, do you have a brother? Do you have a brother?" And I'm like, "No, I don't have relatives here. I'm not from Colorado. I was living in Minnesota previously." And she's like, "No, that's not it." And she walks away. Now my friend Catherine is like, "Oh no, my mom's doing it again." I'm like, "What is she doing? What is she doing?" And I'm panicking. Kathy, who is one of the psychic mediums, starts telling me about my mom having a miscarriage and that my mom had a newborn baby that passed away at 6 months old, and it was pretty sad. Now, I leave, I get coffee with my friend, and during this time, my mom calls me. She's like, "Hey, what are you up to?" I said, "Mom, a weird thing happened. This lady told me that you had a miscarriage and all this stuff." And my mom got really emotional. She's like, "Stephanie, please talk to them." So I get back from the coffee date, and I decide to talk to my friend Catherine's mom and her partner, Percy. So Kathy and Percy. And Percy immediately picks up on me being skeptical, and she's like, "You're here to test us." And I'm like, "Absolutely not," which is a lie, kind of was. Now, this is my mom here now, but they start picking up on all these things about my mom. And here's where it gets into the weird part, creepy, eerie part about the picture, which it's not creepy, but I'm just saying, to me at the time, it was like, what is happening? So Percy picks up on my brother, and she describes my brother and how he presents himself as a spirit. And there's this picture when I was 3 or 4 years old. I was wearing this Sunday dress. It's not fancy or anything like that. And it's an off-white, maybe a yellowish color. And I'm like, "Huh?" And she's like, "You're looking straight at the camera. No one is with you. There's this brown carpet." I also forgot to mention that the reason why that picture was so important is because Percy had told me that, yes, that's the picture and physically that's me, but technically, the person smiling, that's my brother presenting himself in that photo. And that's why it was so important to find that photo. And I knew that when I left Minnesota, I had taken all of my baby pictures. So I was like, I don't have that picture. In all my baby pictures, somebody is holding me. So then at this point, the year is 2015. I'm flying back to Minnesota, visiting my mom. My mom's like, "Hey, I found this purse that's run down in the basement, and there's a bunch of pictures in it. I know you told me to look for this one picture. We never found it." And when I say purse, it's like a black purse like this, but it was really run down. And so I'm looking through the pictures, and there's a hole at the bottom, between the fabric and the inseam, if that makes sense. And I find the picture. It is the only copy of this picture. I was like, what the heck? And all the pictures in the purse were like of my mom when she was young with her friends, with relatives. Like there was no pictures of me in there. Had I not emptied out the purse and felt it, I would have almost never found this picture. This is a woman that gave me that message. She passed away about a year ago, about 2 years ago, due to cancer. And I just want to just show everybody how amazing this woman was. And in her lifetime, she changed my life completely. Her and Kathy. All right. Okay, now how did this event change your life? After this whole event, I really contemplated life because I was actually an atheist. Percy is no longer with us, and I just want everyone to see Percy in her glory, and she was just such a phenomenal person. And it was somebody that I found for the very first time in my adulthood, a person of color, a person that I could resonate and look up to. She also told me that I was intuitive and have always been intuitive. And I'm like, wait a minute, I need to look this up. So I would actually end up joining the largest psychic development group in Denver, Colorado. And Charles is another mentor of mine. He is phenomenal and he also changed my life, but we can go into a different story on that later. Now, there is this app called Meetup, and you can find all kinds of things, like if you want to do a yoga class with a group of people, hiking, so forth. Well, there is actually one for psychic development. And I joined it and I learned a lot about the community, what it entails, not many things that people talk about in mainstream. Then I would meet my husband in the psychic development group, and you know, he was actually like my love at first sight. I knew that this was going to be my husband. It's a crazy story too, but yeah, we ended up opening our own psychic development group here in the LA County area. So yeah, in a nutshell, she really gave me a brand new purpose and really dig into my spirituality, myself, my roots, my ancestry. They both did, really, but seeing Percy as an Indigenous woman really embrace her identity made me feel like, man, I need to be like that. And without that journey, I would have never been able to be on a TV show on the CW and really represent my culture, my beliefs. And I want to continue giving that to people. And oh my God, I'm getting emotional. I'm trying to fight back tears. But I want to give people the same way that Percy and Kathy gave me hope and gave me that inspiration to find myself. I want to continue doing that here and sharing ghost stories with you guys, paranormal experiences, and all of that. So yeah, thanks for that question.